Hello everyone. Merhaba. Good morning to all of y'all. You can hear me, everyone, right? But I'm supposed to speak in the mic still, is it? Yeah?
Yes, it's for the translation.
Okay, great. Can everyone hear me? So good morning to everyone here. Merhaba, bonjour, namaste. So that's all the languages I speak, except for Turkish, it's only merhaba. I'm here to represent Claris and Winsoft. I'll give a little bit idea afterwards. Just a quick background. I have been on a business trip for 1 week, and this is my last stop. So I kept the best for the last. So happy to be here with all of you here. Thank you so much for having us here. Very nice to see some faces I already know, some are new, and don't hesitate to come and speak to me afterwards. Even in Turkish, I would have translators. I'm very happy to know each of you all. So, like I said, I'm representing Claris and Winsoft. My name is Nirupama, and I am the business developer for Turkey, Middle East, and actually also Greece. I don't know why we are missing that country there, especially if I have a partner who is here. So sorry, Dimitris, for that. But he'll speak to you later on about what all he's doing in Greece with FileMaker. So I hope I'm making up with the missing name over there by introducing already your session. I'm originally from Pune, India, and I have been working with several industries, that is semiconductor, renewable energies, tourism, education, and now with FileMaker for 2.5 years, so maybe less than many of you all who are already here in this place, but I really love it. Actually, to tell you, my day starts by calling people in the deserts of the Middle East. Then I'm talking to partners and clients in the vibrant Turkey, and then I finish my day with the sunset in the Mediterranean Sea in Greece. So that's how my working day looks like. It is lots of fun to be with people with different countries, different sectors, and that's what the beauty of FileMaker is all about. It caters to so many sectors and so many challenges that can be solved today with FileMaker. It's all about being unique and still in the diversity. By the way, my name is an Indian name, and it means unique, like each of you here. Okay. My passion is more in mountains and outdoor activities. So I'm staying in France now. Winsoft is based in France. I'm based there for 20 years in the French Alps region. Beautiful city. If one day you get time to come, 3 hours from Paris, 1.5 hours from Geneva, 2 hours from Turin in Italy. So if you're there, don't hesitate to come and visit us in Grenoble. How do I? So a little bit background about Winsoft, if you don't know. Winsoft actually is a reseller of Claris FileMaker, in existence for more than 35 years. What Winsoft provides, it's an exclusive partner, exclusive reseller of Claris FileMaker in the EMEA region. And what it provides is actually the Central European and the Middle Eastern version of FileMaker. So in Turkey, we are using the Central European version of FileMaker. More than 1,000 active users of FileMaker Claris subscription. Clients, we are a small team, but we are catering countries, more than 70 countries in our regions today, and with 100K active license sold every year. So that's what is Winsoft about. Like I said, based in France. While we try to travel to all of our regions depending upon the regions we handle. In Turkey, we are today powered by 4 strong partners. They are our partners, they are representing us, they are representing Claris in this market. For us, very, very important. Javitas, who has been there for a very, very long time, and from one generation to other, and we hope it continues. I would say maybe the smaller ones, maybe the first names they started saying, maybe the first 10 might be even Claris FileMaker. So a big hands to a clap for them. Thank you for organizing this event. Very happy to have you all as partners, very happy to be here with all of you. We cannot make it without you all. InfoArt, another very special partner. So Javitas, who is more specialized in auto spare parts, but at the same time is catering to all other industries also. We have export, import, but also machinery industry. So they do make very specialized, custom-made solutions today. I'll come back to InfoArt. InfoArt has been in the industry for some time too. They have made a vertical solution for the clinics, actually, in the healthcare sector. So they are here too, and if you need to talk to them, they have more than 150 users for their solutions today. I would give a clap to them too. Thank you for being a partner. Riskout, also we have a representative here, I can see. I would say the young partner who joined us, I would not say recently because it started taking some time, but the last one who joined us, they have developed a solution for the jewelry market. Believe me, last week when I was in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, I have been talking about the solution they developed as a use case, and people really love it. I mean, the clients, the leads were loving what I talked about. We will tell you about it, I think, sometime during the day afterwards, but it's a very nice solution, and we are happy to have you as partners too. Thank you so much. For a big hand to them. And lastly, Yordam, who has been in business for a very long time too, specialized in university solution for libraries, government offices, and they have a solution which is very unique, specific. Today, they cater to more than 2,000 FileMaker users with their solution, which is a big number there. So thank you very much too, and a clap for them too. So thank you to all the partners. Without you, it's not possible. We are happy to have all of you supporting Claris and Winsoft in the Turkish market. So that was very important, because without this ecosystem will not work if all these people are not in. It's absolutely important to mention those. I hope you're understanding my English, or should I switch to Turkish? Or I can go slower, or whatever it is. Don't hesitate to let me know. So the platform, Claris FileMaker, is really today catered to several industries. Like you can see just a few examples here: automotive, legal, education. Everything you speak or everything you think exists can be, the challenges can be overcome with the solution in Claris FileMaker. Now, it's very easy to say, but very difficult to show always. But that's why I'm here. The idea is that I showcase some business cases that we have. Over the word, Douglas already introduced you to saying that we are trying to have more and more business cases, because with Claris FileMaker, because it's not a ready-made platform, you're into custom application. The opportunities are endless. They are just endless. You have to imagine, and you can solve the problem today. So today I'll showcase some business cases here, just to give you an idea of certain sectors where it is very much present, that is healthcare, research, retail. So I'll have to ask you to do it again. Just to give you a few, these are famous logos, right? There are several big companies that are using FileMaker, even Disney, Star Wars. Just to give you an idea of how far it can go and how even these companies that we know very well are using it. But other than these, there are several and small and medium-sized companies that are still using it. They are using it as their core solution in the company, and that is helping them to actually get better in their business. But that's to just give you an idea of the leaders, world leaders who are today using Claris FileMaker. So some success. So this success story actually is my first success story that I'm presenting today. It's in Qatar. They are actually, it is in the Center for Geographic Information Systems. This, this department belongs to the Ministry of Municipality and Environment. Now, what is the job of these people? They're actually inspectors, they're building inspectors. They used to, they're thousands actually. We've said thousands, but they actually could be more. These are thousands of inspectors, and their job actually is to go to inspect the buildings, check if they are actually in existence at the place that they are declaring, check if they are in the right standards, the right norms, if the electricity is okay, if the water is okay. There are hundreds of checklists, like kind of thing, where the inspectors used to go and actually use paper. They had a paper format, and they used to check whether everything is okay or not. Once that was done, it was then sent to, actually they went to the office, all in paper. Someone had to check it, validate it, then it went to the ministry. Then the ministries had to see if it's all this file, one by one, had to check. Whoever is violating, they used to make envelopes, send them a kind of violation, a letter where they said, oh, you're violating this, you need to pay this as fine, all by post, stamps, and then whoever was okay, they were sending the certificates also by letter. Now, the person who developed this, his name is Mansoor. It was an internal development, someone who was already working with Apple earlier, and that's why how he knew about FileMaker. He decided that, okay, this needs to stop. He was actually heading these all inspectors, and for him, it was taking too much time. At the same time, Qatar was in the process of having this Qatar vision of digital transformation and sustainability. And that's where FileMaker made a difference, because he made a pilot kind of project where he actually made a checklist for inspectors, where everything they require on paper were put into the application FileMaker, and they could actually go with their iPads and tablets to inspect these buildings. And it was just yes, no, or whatever the updates were, they were put into these. The big challenge for them was, the paper, whereas now with the application, they could do everything in minutes. Here, they were gaining a lot of time and money, because now it was just about clicks. It was real time, actually update that was gone to, because this was something that was then shared with people who were in offices, thanks to Claris FileMaker server. And these, they were communicating, it was real-time communication with other ministries also. So then the ministry, whoever was violating now, was sending actually just an email through FileMaker and with a payment link to people who were violating. And these people could actually make online payments or getting an online certificate of what they were doing. So instead of doing 3 inspections per day, we are talking about 20 inspections daily. What are they gaining? They're gaining a lot of time, a lot of money, sustainability, because then they are not spending, there are no errors, limiting errors, because every time you're writing on paper, you're making maybe errors, because then they're transferring to someone else. You have to understand the handwriting. Whereas here there were less and less errors, in fact near to 0 errors. They could lively see where the location is through FileMaker mapping. So that was very, very interesting for them. No error in where they were located anymore, because they had to just click through the mapping and know where the location is, have a checklist, submit it, someone else would check it, validate it, and then do the rest of the job. So here we are talking about 5,000, they did 5,155 inspections in 2022. Then basically it was a revolution in the way they were working, completely eliminating total paper. Of course, they had resistance in the beginning from the inspectors, where you had to change the way they are thinking and the way they were working. That's always the biggest challenge. But once it was overcome and once it was done, today they are still using this. They are very happy with it, and they are into this Qatar national vision of 2030 and have managed to actually eliminate all this paper. So that's how it's working. And now other ministries are trying to duplicate this and trying to find solutions for their departments in the same way as it was done by the Center for Geographic Information System. So that's a very interesting business case. I'll go to the next one. So this one is a very interesting business case. It is on the African continent. Promasidar is actually a company in food industry, so food and beverages. They supply to 30 countries. They are into sales and distribution of food. And they are actually supplying to nearly 800 million persons. What they were doing is, it's between distribution, sales, and coordinating how they were doing it. Earlier, they used to have actually a paper, then it was Excel sheets through emails, and then just emails. Then they tried an application, and nothing really worked. So actually, it's the IT department of Promasidar, which is a very huge company in Africa, And what they did is the IT manager who was over there. Anyone from IT here today? No one. So they actually started learning about FileMaker, and in a very short time had to make something that would change all this, because the salespeople, they are on field. Example, they are actually coming, imagine on a Saturday morning, take all their goods, and then they go off field for a week. They are not in touch anymore really with the rest of the team or something. They had a price list, but these prices of food can change. But they were using the same price list for the whole week, because then they had they were going to remote locations where they were distributing the food with the same price list. So sometimes they were losing a lot of money, because by the time if the prices had increased, they were not getting, they had no information about the promotions that they could give to the sales, to the distributors on the food. And they did not have their objectives of something that they only had when they came back. So what the IT team did was actually organize themselves with an application created in FileMaker. And this, actually through this, they could give the information to the salesperson. The salesperson knew about the inventory. So they had a solution in inventory management here, as well as price listing here. And this way they could anticipate. So when the salespersons were on the ground, they could say, okay, today I sold so many bottled water or apples, and by the time I come back, I'm going to need this many more. And this could be anticipated. So they were gaining a lot of time there. So we are talking about real-time solution. And most of these people don't have internet connection, but they were still able to use FileMaker, because you can use FileMaker still without internet connection, have information filled in FileMaker, and whenever they went back to their hotels, they could actually synchronize it. And once synchronized, all the information was in. So that's how they were using FileMaker today. They are still using it, and they love it. The whole logistic is today managed by Konuşmacı. Again, it was an in-house development at that time. In a very short period, they had managed to do this solution for them. So we are talking about actually synchronization, diverse environment. They were using also multi-language part of FileMaker, where because these are different countries with different languages, and FileMaker is able to adapt to the language they want to this country. So that's the business case for in the food industry. I'll go to everyone is still there with me? Or? The last one. This is a business case that happened in Ghana. It was just after the COVID, and the government decided to actually invest a lot in the medical sector, like most of the governments all over the world. And the project was to actually construct 111 hospitals at a time. Now the challenge here was, how do they monitor the construction of 111 hospitals at a time? Whereas the hospitals were, of course, not at one place, but they were all over the country, and they had to monitor this. So it was a Claris partner, IT consortium, who came into the picture over there, and who developed a solution for the ministry to actually monitor these construction sites simultaneously through FileMaker. So what they did was actually, what happened on construction sites, so the ministry gave it to the constructors, and then there were contractors who actually did the construction part. And then they're all step by step, right? the inventory management, someone is coming and dropping some materials, how do they monitor it? How much inventory, how much material was dropped, how much was remaining? All this was done in FileMaker. So they did a pilot project kind of thing in just 6 weeks to present this to the government at that time to see if it works or not. And then they said, okay, maybe later on we are going to switch to something else. But actually once they started working in, and at the timeline that they had, which is just 6 months, nothing else could do what they wanted to do other than FileMaker. And that's where they did this solution. Now today they manage, so it was a project management solution, a constructor management solution, whereas also they could see the resources that were allocated in the solution itself, inventory management, and also the billing and payments. So when the constructors did their job, they actually sent pictures through FileMaker. Imagine they are in this space and they have today built 10 windows. So they could say, okay, we did 10 windows today, here are the pictures, and then the project managers could validate. Once validated through the application, then the billing was done and a payment link could be sent, and this way they were getting their payment. So they were gaining a lot of time over there, because as soon as the payment was done, the constructor could start the next step. So this is a very interesting case, because they could simultaneously do all this job. They could also see if there are sites where less resources were required, or how did they distribute their resources around. So a very interesting case. 1,000 people were using FileMaker with tablets, iPads, or Macs, and on 111 construction sites at a time. They also had dashboards and reports that were helping them to then make the right decisions over there. So I'm nearly to my end, I know. So that's where business cases outside, but just to give you an idea of the local companies that are thriving with Claris FileMaker, I'm sorry, these are the names we have. We have some of the CEOs who are here actually with us. Don't hesitate to talk to them. So these are the companies who are here, and of course there are many more. It's just to give you an idea. And that's how we are growing in the Turkish market. Turkey is very important for us. It's one of our first market in number of users actually in the EMEA region. It's a very high number. It's only increasing, like you see, and we hope with all the synergies and dynamic that can be created when people know about what all can be done with FileMaker, we hope to increase more of this number. So I'm on time. Any questions or answers, or you don't hesitate to come and share your details also with me. No? So that's all from my side. I'm here also for the whole day. Please come and share your story and let me know more about you. Thank you very much to all of you.